91X.
Well, it is 91X. It's Hilary sitting here backstage with my old pal, Dicky Barrett.
Hilary, how are you? How have you been?
I've been really well.
How's everything?
Long time no see.
It's been too long.
It has been too long. It's been about 20 years, I think.
Truly, since we've seen each other.
Yeah, since
Yeah,
since
but
we
you've
last
but you've
hung
been
out.
you've been DJing and you've been still active, right?
Still here. You've been.
That's so San Diego of you, dude.
You've done a little. I know you.
Bro, he saw a bro, and
There's
it
a
didn't
big-
matter.
That's okay. You've done a little radio yourself.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I
yeah.
wasn't bad.
No, not
I wasn't
at all.
good, but I wasn't bad.
Okay. It doesn't take much to be good on
Right.
the radio.
No,
You,
that's not true.
you-
The people who do it and do it well, I admire them. And I think here's something I said. I talked to some 91X people the other day.
yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah.
And see, that was the problem. That's why I don't do radio anymore. My mic technique
Forget
was
to
horrible.
keep the mic near your mouth.
Along with my nails on a chalkboard voice. And this station does radio very well, and that's why they're still around.
Thank you.
And
We tried.
I think I called 91X the mighty Bosstones of radio.
No, that,
They just won't go away.
30 plus years. Because
Yes.
when did you guys started in the early 80s?
19. Well, let's not really
Come
age
on.
me like that.
Do
Hilary.
it. Just do it. Nate was.
No, what have you been up to?
Sorry. 13, I was going to say. You guys were very. It was
Nate was 13 when we started, right?
83?
Yes.
Because that's when we started. That's why I'm
Okay.
asking. So
I didn't write anything down. I'm not sure. I'll
Okay.
take your word for it. 83 sounds good.
But do you ever like pinch yourself that you're like, here I am still going, and how rad is this?
In
I mean,
1983, and we were kids running
Yeah.
around Boston
Yeah.
and raising hell and playing music and going to every live show we could possibly go to. When we started the band and we were close friends, we were really, really good pals, and still are, all of us to
Yeah.
this day. We never imagined it would last for a month. When we said we were a band, and then we didn't imagine it would last for a year, and then that turned into 5, and so on and so on, and here we are. So no, you just don't. You can't think that way. And,
Yeah.
And I think if we did think that way, well, we'll be around as long as Led Zeppelin.
right.
And no, we never thought that. Or did we think anybody would give a fat rat's ass about us? And both of those things, people care about us, and we're still here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you think as you've grown up, Dicky, because you really did
Right.
grow up in the Mighty Bosstones,
Yes.
right? Has your sense of how you appreciate what you guys have, has it evolved? Like in the beginning, it was like, yeah, look at us, you know? And now it's like, you know what? I'm really grateful for this. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
I think that, but I think that we've always been sort of grateful. Our 4 other friends came to see us play. We were grateful that. We never took our fans for granted, and we never took, the people that were into the music, we never took any of it lightly. We were it was a thrill the whole way. So, yeah, I think that, there's 2 answers to that, yes and no. I think I'm stunned and I'm happy and I'm very, very appreciative for what we have, but I feel like we always have been.
Right on. That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm talking with Dicky Barrett.
Honest to God, it comes from the heart.
Mighty
And
Bosstones,
and we were kidding when we started the interview, but you're an old and a dear friend, and it's a nice reunion. It's nice to see you.
It is really good to see you too.
Thank you.
Because I saw you guys back in the. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
for
you know.
me, it's interesting to see how.
Oh my
you've
God! What if we
evolved.
suck today?
You better not. No. Are you kidding me?
Now I gotta go see the other guys and say, listen, Hilary's here. We're gonna have to really step it up.
Yeah, you
Let's
better.
not phone this one in, fellas. She saw us when we were good.
No, I can't wait to see you guys again. So I got to ask. I know
This is a tremendous bill too, and I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
go.
This is
Please
what,
interrupt.
What a bill!
Dude,
like, what
right?
a lineup, right?
So because there's been a little bit of a Scallywag tour that actually was inspired by the 91X Scallywag that we've done here the last couple of years.
Yeah, great
Have
job,
you
great
guys
idea.
been
Thanks
on
for having
that
us.
though, Dicky? Have
This is
you?
our first one.
Okay, well then, yeah, what a great bill. Because some of these bands have played a couple of these shows together in other
Yes.
cities. Okay, well then,
I've noticed
yeah.
Rancid's played a good handful of them, but it's the usual suspects and our friends, and all of these
Right.
bands that are on this bill are friends of ours.
Right.
Which and I hope I'm not wrong, with the exception I heard the Beach Goons this morning and enjoyed them quite a bit, but I don't think I know them.
Yeah,
as
they're young
people.
guns. They're from here in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep it up. Beach
Yeah.
Goons. I caught your scent. Good job. You guys
Yeah.
are great.
And didn't
And
one
you
of-
don't need me to tell you that.
Right. No, they'll appreciate
Right.
that, though.
Because if some old idiot said that to the Bosstones 500 years ago, I would have told him to go F himself.
You guys, though, like at this point, do shows and festivals like this just feel like reunions? Because didn't one of the guys from Less Than Jake play with the Bosstones?
This
for
is
a
so
little
much
bit?
of a
You know
reunion.
what I mean?
The crew, and you may have been hearing this all day too. The crew is the old San Diego crew that we knew from the Warped Tour years ago.
Yes.
We got Hepcat here. We got new guns like the Interrupters are here. Rancid certainly are dear old friends of ours. Less Than Jake. It's incestuous. It's we are all old and dear friends. Yes.
Yeah, I love that though. It makes
Yeah.
it really fun.
It's an absolute reunion, and it's great to be doing a show with people I care about.
Yeah.
And that's A to Z. We're really good friends with Hepcat. We've toured with them. Let me think of it. I don't think we've ever done a tour though. We've played shows with Rancid.
Okay.
We've done shows certainly with Less Than Jake. We toured with Hepcat. We toured with Interrupters. Fourth wave of ska, I guess I'd call it.
Right. That's what it feels like.
Yes.
Is that?
I feel like I was calling this summer the summer of ska, because we released a new album. I don't know if you've
Right.
heard.
Let's talk. While We're At It came out in June.
Yeah, while we're at it, let's talk about While We're At It.
Let's.
That came out in June.
Yeah.
It's the 10th full-length Mighty Mighty Bosstones release, and it's damn good.
Yeah, that's crazy though. 10 records, Dicky.
Yeah. 10 records. We've got 9. There's actually been more records than Bosstones. We got 9 Bosstones in the band, and which is a pretty good barometer, pretty good gauge. If all 9 of us say it's good, then it's good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
8 of those 9 guys are damn talented.
And one is.
One is me.
No, come on now. After you guys have been a band for so long, when you get into the studio to write songs, do you kind of have it dialed at this point? Is it just like, here's the Bosstones formula, like here's how we do it. I write the lyrics, these
and
guys write
we never
the music,
have,
or how?
and we actually fear that. I think you'd end up making the same song over and over again, and maybe people want to hear that. We try to find, a different way to get it done with every single song. So if I wrote something on the roof, I'll go down to the basement and write the next thing I write. You're always trying to mix it up. And today, as unromantic as it may be, and it doesn't, it's a lot easier to write with the guys than it was back when we first started. Back when we first started, we had to actually be in the room together, and then maybe record it on a shitty cassette tape, and then take that home and rewind it and listen and write to that. Or now it's if I wake up in the middle of the night and have a lyrical thought, I can immediately send it to Joe.
Yeah.
And the same goes with the music, and thanks to technology. And I know people like to think of us as sitting around with an acoustic guitar, but if that's what you like to do, then feel free. That's what we do. But
yeah, but that's great.
in the modern world, you kind of can really hammer away at a song and work it maybe to death, and then throw it away and then write something else.
Right. You got to know when to say when at some point. But sure, I think that's certainly how a lot of people do it at this point. Yeah. No, it makes it real easy.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Then there's still, that's taking nothing away from the songwriting skills of guys like Lawrence and Joe and Chris and so on and so on.
So what are you guys doing now? Are you touring now for the foreseeable future to support this record, or?
We're doing shows to support the record, but we do other things as well.
Well, are you still doing Kimmel, Dicky?
Yes.
Yes.
I just got back from Brooklyn. We did a week of shows.
That's right.
Kimmel in Brooklyn,
How
and that's
fun.
some of you may know me as From Hollywood. It's Jimmy Kim. That's me.
Yeah, so that you got
Speaking
that going on.
of radio guys, there's a guy
Right.
that
I used to listen to
Did
him
you?
on Kevin and Bean.
Who's better than him, though,
He
right?
was the plumber. What was his name?
He's Jimmy the sports guy, but then there's
But he
also
was,
Mr.
Bircham.
That's
He was
Adam Carolla, though.
Oh,
that's his
no.
buddy.
Oh,
yes.
You're right. That was
Adam was
Carolla.
Bircham.
Who was Jimmy? He was Jimmy the sports guy.
Jimmy the sports guy,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I'm getting him confused. You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
And Jimmy
But still.
discovered Adam. Well, Jimmy was in a boxing match. He was going to box somebody, some
Okay.
celebrity boxing match.
Oh, okay.
And he asked the audience, "Is there anybody out there that can train me?" And Adam Carolla's a boxer, and he called and he said, "Yeah, sure, I can train you." And then that's how they became friends.
The rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
That's so funny. So is it super fun? Still doing Kimmel after?
It's a blast.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do
bet.
it if it wasn't so fun. It's
I bet.
fun, and it's real, and the things he says,
Yeah.
and the messages he sends
Yeah.
are the exact ones that I want to send as a person.
Right on.
He's a great host and a great guy and a really, really good friend.
He seems like a good egg.
He is. He's
Yeah.
exactly what you see. He's not,
Well, listen, dude, I'm really happy for you, Dicky.
Thank
you.
you.
You know, Bosstones are going strong. You've got the Kimmel gig, and
Yes.
you look great. It's good to see
Got
you.
a family. Thank you. So
Yes,
do you.
and a family of kiddos. But yeah.
I've got 2 little girls.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
I know. It's hard work, though.
It is.
And I'm really old.
I've got one. It is hard.
Yes. You do?
Yeah.
Is it a girl or a boy?
A girl. She's 11. Yes.
She's 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how old are yours?
6 and a half and 2 and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot of work,
It is.
but it's worth it.
I know. And it's not a young man's sport. I mean, it's not an old man's sport.
It's not.
Because I'm not a young man.
Well, let's wrap this up. So
Thank
you.
you.
Can get up there. Bosstones go on stage at 7:25 tonight out here
Yes.
at Waterfront
Shortly.
Park.
Come see us.
Come
Be here if you're not here
see
already.
Dicky, Barrett, Muddy Bosstones. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Hilary.
It's 91X.
91X.